Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. I've got two very interesting stories for you. My first story comes directly from United States of America. It is imported. The president, or rather the outgoing president of the United States of America, Mr. Donald Trump, also a very close friend of our Prime Minister, was caught cheating. He was caught cheating because there was an audio tape that leaked wherein he was calling the Secretary of State of Georgia, Brad Raffensperger, and asking him to adjust around 11,780 votes. 11,780 votes जरा बढ़ा के दो so that he can win Georgia and stake claim to the second term of presidency. We will discuss this in detail. Believe me, it is very interesting. The second story that I have is about West Bengal and West Bengal election. The strategy that Bharatiya Janata Party has adopted in West Bengal are strategies that they have adopted before and failed. Why are they adopting failed strategies in West Bengal? Let's discuss on that. Let's get right into the show. The United States of America calls itself the greatest democracy. One of the reasons why possibly it is a very effective democracy is because people there act. Like John Lewis's very famous statement, democracy is not a state, it's an act. People act to keep that state democratic. People act for their democracy. People do things so that the democracy is maintained and maintained in its purest form. One of the things that happened recently is Donald Trump called up one of his fellow Republican and also the Secretary of State for Georgia. Georgia, mind you, is a swing state. He called up the Secretary of State of Georgia and said, listen, you know what? The election and all was all rigged. That gentleman said, no, it is not rigged. The election was clean. He said, no, it is rigged. What are you talking about? The guy said, no, it is not. He said, ठीक है, see, I need 11,780 votes. People in Georgia are unhappy. People in America are unhappy because I am not voted. So, you will be doing a favor to the people of America and the people of Georgia. Add this vote and tell that we recalculated and we found 11,780 votes more. This will ensure I get Georgia and it will also ensure that I get my second term as president. बोल देना गलती हो गया, recalculate हो गया. Just hear this clipping. I'll get back to you.
We have won this election in Georgia based on all of this. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, Brad. Having a correct, the people of Georgia are angry. And these numbers are going to be repeated on Monday night, along with others that we're going to have by that time, which are much more substantial even. And the people of Georgia are angry. The people of the country are angry. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
Now, do you think it's possible that they shredded ballots in Fulton County? Because that's what the rumor is. And also that Dominion took out machines. That Dominion is really moving fast to get rid of their machinery. Do you know anything about that? Because that's illegal.
This is Ryan, Germany. No, Dominion has not moved any machinery out of Fulton County. We're having.
But have they moved? Have they moved the inner parts of the machines and replaced them with other parts?
No.
You sure, Ryan?
I'm sure.
You should want to have an accurate election. And you're a Republican.
We believe that we do have an accurate election.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have. Not even close. You're off by hundreds of thousands of votes. You know what they did, and you're not reporting it. That's a criminal offense, and you can't let that happen. That's a big risk to you and to Ryan, your lawyer. That's a big risk. But they are shredding ballots, in my opinion, based on what I've heard, and they are removing machinery, and they're moving it as fast as they can. Both of which are criminal fines, and you can't let it happen, and you are letting it happen. I'm notifying you that you're letting it happen. So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state. So tell me, Brad, what are we going to do? We won the election, and it's not fair to take it away from us like this. And it's going to be very costly in many ways. And I think you have to say that you're going to re-examine it, and you can re-examine it, but re-examine it with people that want to find answers, not people that don't want to find answers. For instance, I'm hearing Ryan, and he's probably, I'm sure, a great lawyer and everything, but he's making statements about those ballots that he doesn't know. But he's making them with he did make them with surety, but now I think he's less sure, because the answer is they all went to Biden. And that alone wins us the election by a lot. So.
Mr. President, you have people that submit information, and we have our people that submit information, and then it comes before the court, and the court then has to make a determination. We have to stand by our numbers. We believe our numbers are right.
Well, under law, you're not allowed to give faulty election results, okay? You're not allowed to do that, and that's what you've done. This is a faulty election result. And honestly, this should go very fast. You should meet tomorrow, because you have a big election coming up, and because of what you've done to the president, the people of Georgia know that this was a scam. And because of what you've done to the president, a lot of people aren't going out to vote. And a lot of Republicans are going to vote negative because they hate what you did to the president. Okay? They hate it. And they're going to vote. And if you would be respected, if this thing could be straightened out before the election. You have a big election coming up on Tuesday.
Like I said, when he said no, literally, Trump threatened these people, saying that you are a lawyer, there'll be dire circumstances. You will face dire consequences. But Brad Raffensperger, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Brad Raffensperger stood his grounds with his team. And they said no. They said no, we will not increase these votes, and they leaked this tape. The point is not about Donald Trump. I think most of us knew that the man was capable enough for such acts. Most of us in this country knew that. Some of us didn't, but most of us did. What is actually good is the Americans acted for their democracy. They took the risk of facing the wrath of a president, but stood by their grounds and said, नहीं बढ़ाएगा, और बोलेगा लीक करेगा, लेकिन नहीं बढ़ाएगा. I will not increase that 11,780 votes. The question comes back home. Will our people do it? Will our constitutional guardians do it? Will our enforcement bodies, agencies do it? Will our elected representatives do it? Will we stand for our democracy? Will we act for our democracy? And that's the question. And unfortunately, and very sadly, the answer is no. Chances are our constitutional bodies, our enforcement bodies may fall prey to the pressure tactics of a politician, and that too a senior politician. And that's precisely why I say that our democracy while we call ourselves the biggest democracy in the world, has to change ourselves into the greatest democracy in the world. And the only way we can convert ourselves into the greatest democracy in the world and talk and tell the world that we are the greatest democracy in the world is when our people start acting like this. Starts acting like Brad Raffensperger and says that, listen, we may be in the same party, we may be the same party, we may be, it may affect me badly, you may teach me a lesson later on, all that fine, but I will not cheat my country, I will not cheat my people, and most importantly, I will not cheat my democracy. That's the lesson we learn from this story. In Delhi, Bharatiya Janata Party used polarizing strategy. Unfortunately, they lost Delhi. Not only lost Delhi, they lost Delhi badly. Even the Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, had said that there was too much of polarization in Delhi. Even he agreed to that. They lost the election. In Maharashtra, they adopted the strategy of parachuting. What they thought in Maharashtra is that voters are not important. Voters will vote, but leaders are important. So pick up leaders who gets vote in their particular constituency, make them join our party, and we will easily win the state. And that is why possibly the former Chief Minister of Maharashtra said that "Me parat yein," which means I will come back, I will come back, I will come back, I will come back. He was so confident. Of course, the fact is he didn't. So two strategies. Strategy number one of polarizing, of these bad boy tactics, goli maro salon ko, and all of that, that particular tactics, polarizing tactics, and parachuting tactics. Both these are put in use in West Bengal. Now, I'll give you some statistics. You see, in Maharashtra, there were 23 turncoats. There were 23 people who had joined from Congress, NCP, who had joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. 11 out of those 23 people lost the elections. Important people like Udayanraje Bhosle, who was a very famous person in Maharashtra. So he lost. He was an MP. He lost elections. So big names, huge names, lost elections because people rejected them. You see, there was another case of a young leader called Alpesh Thakur from Gujarat, who made his name because he was kind of anti-Modi, won election, then he decided to leave Congress, went to Bharatiya Janata Party, lost. Name gone, Alpesh Thakur gone. I don't even think he will come back to politics the way he launched himself in politics. So the fact is, parachuting has failed wherever they have applied it, massively in Maharashtra, and the same thing they are applying in West Bengal. Now in West Bengal, you have Suvendu Adhikari Nandigram, who has moved from TMC to BJP. Suvendu Adhikari, brother of Suvendu, moved from moves from TMC to BJP. Burdwan, East Lok Sabha, Sunil Mandal moved from TMC to BJP. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, who was also a former minister of TMC, moved from TMC to BJP. Former Lok Sabha member of North Bengal, Darshat Tirke, moved from West Bengal, moved from TMC to BJP, and 15 civic body councillors and 20 district level leaders and more moved from TMC to BJP. The Prime Minister had said, he had told Mamata Banerjee that, look, we have got people waiting in our doorstep to enter in. The same thing Chandrakant Patil had said in Mumbai, that there are a huge line that is waiting to join from Congress and NCP into BJP. In fact, there was a gentleman called Danve who was once upon a time the president of Maharashtra Bharatiya Janata Party. He said, we have got such a big line, so what we do is we pick up these guys, put them into Nirma, which comes from Ahmedabad, wash them in Nirma and then take them into party. So this was the kind of condescending lines that BJP had the arrogance that BJP had done BJP had shown in Maharashtra, and these people were bought in. But the point that I am trying to make is both the strategies, the polarization strategy and the parachuting strategy, both flopped for BJP. I wonder what is making BJP repeat those strategies in West Bengal. What is that strategic thinking that BJP is going through to repeat that in West Bengal? So this is one point of view that I just wanted to share with you about West Bengal and BJP, but we'll keep our eyes and ears open on West Bengal development, and now on we will keep you abreast about West Bengal development. It is not that TMC is doing fabulously well. TMC is not. TMC also has a lot of flaws in their strategies. We'll get back to you on that too. We will keep you abreast of that too. But then this is one point I thought we should share with you, so I did. As always, I request you to kindly share our content, subscribe to our channel so that more and more people can get our message, and if you can, do be a member of our YouTube. Join us as our member of our YouTube. Till I see you next time, Namaskar.